But let's get to the meat of the program, and that is the inside. Who's playing and when. So I think Andre has a fabulous tip here of always using a table to enter this information. Now this table is way too wide for what I want, because I want to make a booklet. So I'm just going to delete this column, and then I'm going to start making all of these columns about 1.71. And I'm going to do the next one about that same size. And notice how I control the size of the table at the top. 1.71, and I'm going to do that again with the last one. And then I've got 3 columns that are about the same, or they are the same width, and then you can enter in information. I think this is brilliant because it takes away a whole bunch of formatting nightmares sometimes. One thing you want to do is when you make this table, make sure you go to Arrange and Stay on Page. You're not going to be happy if that thing is floating around and not cooperating for you. I'm going to worry about where I'm going to put that a little bit later, because right now I just want to show you how to add text. So here's an idea. If you want to add a lot of information on these 2 pages in the middle of your booklet, you could do something like this. You could put the performer's name, then you could put the title of the piece, and then you can put the composer's name. And you might want to make that bold. Command B makes it bold, and then you want to align that. So when you go to text, and then under alignment, you just center it. And then you could go ahead and put the name of the person who's going to perform, and the title of the piece, and the cool dude who is composing it as well. Now, you want to align those as well. Then what you could do to match that formatting is just copy and paste. And if you want to add more rows below, go to the side there and add row below and just keep going. And you can also just do this, copy and paste, and you keep adding rows like that. So that's one way to get more and more rows, and you get that same formatting. And then you could type in people's names. Now, if you're wondering how to get rid of that alternating row color, that's when you go to Table up in your Format area. And at the bottom, it says Grid Lines, and then it says Alternating Row Color. Just click that little box, and then that went away. Now, if you don't want to do that and you want more white space on your program, this is not going to allow as much white space. Then what you want to do is put the title of the piece on this side, and you could put the composer there, leave that blank, but even add the composer dates if you'd like to. Then on this line right here, this is where you would put the name of the performer right there. And that just gives just a little bit more space in between everything. Now, what you want to do is, if you're deciding to do that instead, you could copy and paste those like this and just keep going and copy and paste. Then copy and paste is going to be your friend again, because you're going to copy and paste that whole table. And let's see, make sure I get that copy and then paste and move that over. And then you could do a whole nother column on that side. Now you're probably wondering, how do I get rid of those grid lines? I'll show you in just a minute. There's one thing I want to add here is I usually have more than one recital. So I'm going to put the time of the recital up at the top. Oops. And I'm going to use that cool font that I used on the front. And I'm going to make that a little bit bigger and put that up on the top there so people know what recital they're attending. And then I can just center it right above that table. Now, when you want to get rid of the grid lines, let me show you how to do that, because that's really important and it's so cool. So you want to go to Cell, and then what you want to do is you want to click this one right there. See how it highlighted all of those lines right there? And right now it says the border style is 0.25, and you just want to click No Border. And then magically they go away. You've got this beautiful program. I think that's just a brilliant tip. It's made my life so much easier.